It was shocking and saddening to me because in a lot of cases, these are people that I loved and cared about. One time it happened when I was training to be a firefighter, and our class had been made to feel by our mentors that we were the worst class ever and that we were just terrible students and that no one would ever hire us if we didn't buck up and figure things out. And there was some of that anxiety and frustration amongst the group, and people started kind of separating, isolating, and talking amongst themselves. And eventually it was collectively decided that it was one girl's fault in the class who was injured and she wasn't able to work out like the rest of us were, which is crazy. Like, she wasn't doing anything to the group that would bring us down. It was just what she was doing, and she could be responsible for her own actions. Well, listen to people talk about her, and I would say, well, that's not right. Well, that's silly. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is... But then over time, it got to the point where they were bullying her. There was a moment where all of them surrounded her and were cutting her down and telling her how much it was her fault. And I was just going, stop. And I could not stop the group from hurting her, like not physically, but emotionally. And it was horrific to watch. And I remember talking to some guys afterwards about how it was like wolves. We were finding a victim to blame for our demise. And people will do this. They want someone to blame. And think about how that occurs with different demographic groups, with different countries, with people who maybe we even have a bias against because we grew up in a really poor neighborhood and a certain type of person was always stealing our stuff. And we grew up not to like that whole group of people.